Great. So welcome to the world of ProThoughts. And I'm Saurabh Parikh. A lot of you would know me, a lot of you might not know me. So before I introduce myself, let me give you a gist of a topic today, right? I'm sure you would have seen this and you would be wondering, where this all, kind of topic comes into play, first of all. How all did it occur to me? So I'll start with a real situation, a live event. So what happened in one of the projects is where I went through a tough situation whereby there was an activity scheduled uh, on the project, and there was a downtime taken for an activity which kind of started in the morning, right, and it went on till the whole day. Right? It was almost 12, 14 hours kind of a critical activity. And throughout the course of this activity, there were the different kind of a sub-deliverables defined for the whole day for 12, 14 hours. The whole cross-functional team was already in place, and I was kind of just watching them as a project consultant. And I was just looking at my WebEx session and looking at scenarios, what's happening around. One point of time, after 4 hours, it came that the guys were going pretty good. I thought that they would crash the timelines on the project. There occurred some small glitch, and the folks got a little behind schedule as per the defined sub-deliverable timelines. So we had a hour-wise kind of a schedule for that activity which was already defined. And then this timelines was very stringent because this downtime occurs in, think about a core banking situation in any of the great banks, and you have a typical, night hours downtime for 12 hours in probably on Saturday night kind of stuff. So it was that critical. We were all, watching on this. The whole activity was quite remote. Now, what happens, guys, is in a remote activity, first of all, this kind of a body language, you still see me on the video, right? Fortunately, it's working. It was not working. So pardon me in case it goes off. In person, thanks to the COVID situation, we all connected through this. But in person, when you used to interact in this kind of a 12, 14, 16 hour scenarios, we always has to be, have to, have great opportunities to mingle with each other. And when you have this kind of activity schedule, you probably have a good amount of time with each other. Maybe few people come in a shift, few people may not come in a shift. So in this particular activity, it's all remote, right? Because they're all remote, like, many of you remotely joined from various countries. I'm so glad today all of you came through. And it was like, about 7 odd countries, if I'm not wrong. All people were dialed into the WebEx session. Now, after 4 hours, a small glitch occurred, and this glitch was, we thought it would be solvable. Half an hour went, we took a quick review. The breach was already open, so we put up a 24/7, 24 hours breach, in fact, for that activity. The breach was open, we had a quick conversation, we went back, we tried to resolve it. Yeah, it got resolved, not solved, because it again occurred after 2 hours. We were a little worried because we're getting behind schedule, but then we got an excellent suggestion. So we kind of crash our timelines for each of the sub-deliverables. That particular sub-deliverable which was getting into a mess, we got through. After that, so far so good. 6 hours gone into the activity, And after that, a time came where there was a big showstopper. One of the prerequisites for the activity which was supposed to be completed was not done. It was a finish to start dependency or a relationship between the two. And we never thought about this risk. The biggest laugher that you might get is project manager, right? Never think about the obvious risks. Never think about it. And that's the biggest joke of the day. We'll come back to what's the difference between the humor and joke. But this happened. People all got so serious, and management committee, it was a steering committee as well, so they were become very, 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 very serious, and some of them become a little angry as well. Half an hour, 45 minutes conversation went on. How do we mitigate this situation today? So the situation went through. People were so serious, and then where the blame game started. What the best thing to do, guys, here is rather than having a blame game, identify the solution, move on. Root cause analysis can always be figured out later on. You have a contingent risk management strategy. Apply that. But it didn't go. I realized this opportunity, and I put up a small pitch in the entire conversation. So I said, guys, wow, looks pretty good. So much of a seriousness here and there, and lovely. I don't think I have seen you guys in this kind of affairs of yours. Probably the first time. It's pretty nice to see, right? As if you had a biggest fight of your life in the earlier day. This is exactly the statement. Biggest fight of your life, and you just came through from the battle, baffled. Wow. You won't believe there was a management committee in place. We all are human beings, whether you reside in Argentina, where you stay in Singapore, where you come from Netherlands, where you come from Uruguay or Brazil or India. We all are human beings. The steering committee head had the first laugh on his face, and I won't be so serious about it. I said, come on, guys. I think it's time to cheer up a bit. Let's have some fun. So I cracked a joke for probably next 5 minutes. And the joke was pretty lightly taken by everybody. And then that's where I realized that I think I should have a webinar topic which should be a humorous, a generic humor. So guys, welcome back, and thanks for turning around in a huge numbers today. Next half an hour, you'll enjoy, right? So switch off your so-called professional brain, switch on or your humorous, everybody, you, I, together. We have it in ourselves. We have it in ours. We have that. We have that ability to humorize people. I use the word called humorize the people. And when we use this humor in a very diligent manner, and I'll talk about a few more situations like this, which I've gone through. Not always, not all situations, but then you need to balance it out, right? Where do you need it? Why do you need them? You're the best judge. use your humor in your work. There could be n number of things. In fact, I saw a book on humor in project management. Awesome. Though I'm not ready to be honest with you, but yeah, I wish I could just go through that. But there is a lot of things written generally in the world of humor. And when I was just trying to research a few things on the humor, and I found some, few of the anecdotes, few of the bits I thought will make you interested. So I got few of the nice humorous situations today, guys. So stay back, stay put, enjoy. Next half an hour. All right. So I think let me know in case you do not see me, hear me. I'll switch off my video in that case. Okay. I'm at my home at my leisure today, talking to you, and it's wonderful having a conversation with you guys. So let me share my screen with you guys. First of all, I'm not sure if my screen is wide open, but all right, there you go. So let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Saurabh Parikh. I spent about 2.5 decades in the industry, in the world of project management, project program portfolio management, and I headed the PMO for the couple of companies. I worked with the global organizations, with the global teams. I work on the global delivery projects as well. I work with a pretty simple project of a week, probably to 3 years and 5 years long program life cycles as well in my career. So I'll keep my professional hat today aside, and I'm going to just put a little bit humorous today, my humorous cap today, guys. So I keep telling people, in the world of stress, guys, we all live in the world of stress at times. Most of the times, we are chasing the deliverable like crazy, folks. We are chasing the milestones, we chase issues, we chase risks, and we always jump on the call to call to call to call. Various calls scheduled. You know what? From the 7 months from April onwards, somehow the schedules of the people I've seen have gone haywire. Working from home, schedules have become more busy. I'm sure most of you would agree with me. You're waiting for an opportunity to go back to your office and meet the people. Don't you? Of course, yes. Crack some jokes. Absolutely. Now, how do we do it? Probably only through this kind of an hour that we have with us. That's it. So lighten up your mood today. Forget everything about your work for a while. Forget everything. Forget that you are hungry. Forget that you haven't had a breakfast yet. It's okay. Just forget for it. Right? Let's jump into the fire that we have today. That's my profile. Forget about it. Now, agenda. So the most humorous thing, guys, this is the agenda for the day today. Okay. I'm sure you might be able to read it because it's a very small font, but I think this is the most humorous and common slide in the world of project scope management in other part of the project management, right? Most of you would have seen it. Most of you. Those who have not seen, very quickly, if you see my cursor moving, right, the mouse, this is what exactly the customer was or needed. Okay. Now, this is exactly how customer explained as a product that I need, or it could be a service that you need. right? Now the first gap. Looking at these two comparison of two, doesn't it make you a smile at least for sure if you've seen the first time? This is exactly what customer needed. This is how the customer explained. And you might think, oh, what a big deal. No, it could be a customer, it could be internal stakeholder if you're doing the internal projects. What? No, it's not a big deal. We are aware. And that's the reason we are needed as a project professionals in the projects. Don't you? Of course. Now look at it further. This is how the project leader or you and I, let's say, for example, for a while in this situation, we understood this way, right? This is how you probably would have explained the analyst or BA in a way, probably, or a TA in a different way. And the analyst designed this way. This is how the programmer wrote it. Okay? This is how the business consultant described it in front of the customer in the pre-sale stage. This is how the entire project was documented. This is how the operations were installed. This is how the customer was built and number of man hours. I don't need to explain you that. This is how it was supported, headless chicken. What does it tell you? It just tells me, I'm not going to talk about the project management part right now for a while, but it just tells me, whenever you look at this line, a nice smile comes to your face. Even if you are angry, if you had just a small battle with your one of the team colleagues, you see this slide and it give you a little bit of a cheer on your face. A little bit of a cheer, if not too big. When you go through it for the first time, is by any chance, you get a big smile then. What's required? First, you to calm down. In the serious situation, life is pretty short, guys. You will find me different, Saurabh, today. I'm not the same Saurabh as I was always in the different webinars talking about various subjects on project management, program management, discipline, agile, the agile, whatnot. I'm a different Saurabh today. Life is pretty short. Enjoy it. All of us keep hearing this, but we are a human being. We get lost. That's obvious. The whole agenda for next 20-30 minutes only was to re-emphasize the importance of this humorous strategy in your life. That's it. Do you see the serious humor on my face? Why do you need it? Why do you need it? Wow, awesome, isn't it? Think about it. A very classic situation. You have a clash with one of your stakeholders. Okay? Both of you are not talking to each other for a week's time. Okay? Both of you not talking to each other. Fine. You're pretty good close, but because of some clash, some conflict, some challenge on a delivery side or a quality aspect, you have a clash. Okay. All of a sudden, you initiate a conversation, okay, and ask your stakeholder, how was your day yesterday? And all of a sudden, why did you ask it? All right, I just asked this point because I had a terrific day yesterday. Okay, tell me more. What happened? All well? Yeah, I had a terrific day because I got your dream, or I got you in your dream. Oh, is it? So what made so terrific? It was terrifically good. It was terrifically good dream that I had. And I dreamed that both of us went on a vacation together with our families. Guys, I'm going to stop at that. When you use that, irrespective of anything, the first thing that your stakeholder thinks is a little bit of humorous situation that can open up your conversation, okay, with your stakeholder. That opens up a channel of communication, but somebody has to initiate that. I had it 2006. I still remember that situation. 2006, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 2006, which is almost like 14 years back. Sorry, not 8 years. Very similar situation. We would not talk to each other for 4 to 6 weeks almost. All of a sudden, we clashed each other in a cafeteria of our organization, part of the same organization, in fact. And we just give a cursory laugh, that's all, smile. But that gave me an idea. He sat down to have a breakfast in the morning. I joined him. I said, can I just join you for a while? He couldn't say no. All right. And then I cracked another joke. You know what happened? That particular guy had a complete nightmare with his 5 team members yesterday night. Now what happened? So this conversation was very important to crack. You can crack anything as long as you are not insulting, one, as long as you are not going beyond your limit, two. Please remember, I got all this nice learning from one of the TED conference speech, that please do understand the difference between a humor and a joke. You need to be careful when to use humor and when to use joke. So I'll come to it. Second, it energizes the team. Now, if the team has a problem, for example, if there are 2 people in a team fighting with each other, how would you go with that? 2 ways. You be serious and you be humorous. Both the ways possible. You be serious and seriously asking, how can I help you to solve the situation? The body language of yours says everything. The humorous situation here is very simple. The humorous situation that you can get into is, wow, what a great energy. Fabulous, guys. I loved it. Can I take an advantage of this for a while and leverage it for my benefit? You can think through it further, right? I just give you hope. And the people calm down, at least to an extent, listen to me, right? Before I ask them what's wrong, I'll get into some situation or a very similar situation that would have occurred and how I would have probably resolved the situation. A humor. You would have gone through some situation in the past, yesterday, at your home, with your pet, maybe with your kids, right? Classic situation, my son, right? Asked for a nice game. Fine. $4,700. All right. 2 ways. You get, why do you need it? The second way is, okay, let's play it together. First, a trial version, right? I bet you don't beat me. I bet you don't beat me. Come on, let's do it. I lost deliberately, just to ensure he finds situation. And then we cracked together, saying that, I told you, right? I can't get beaten up. No, I absolutely beat you. I bet you, absolutely. How can you say you can be beaten up? It was not in that game, my son. All right? It's in a real game. This is yours. Explain this to your team members. You get little away from the conversation, from the focus, from the agenda of the topic, but you get control over the situation. It can provide emotional relief. It provides landing here. The situation is not cooked up. You won't get a time to cook up the situation, to be honest with you. It doesn't happen. It will take a long time for you to cook up the situation and think about the situation. What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? No. It helps the audience to listen to you. It helps you to communicate better to them. It leaves the audience with a good impression of yours. If you're presenting, for example, right? Let's say you have a board presentation today on the project review. There's a steering committee or a steering board. This is once in a quarter, and things are pretty, serious about it. How best you can use the humor. Be careful. Don't crack jokes. Be more humorous on that. It diffuses the bad stress of the recipient to communicate. Enhances the problem-solving skills of two people, your two team members who are fighting, who had a clash. Right? I had another nice situation actually. A few days back, I had a literal, kind of a heated conversation, right, with somebody at my home. And what happened all of a sudden, that somebody was my spouse, of course, and all of a sudden there was a nice moment which flashes across both of us, and she remembered. Do you remember you did this that time also? And what did I say? Say that I forgot it because I was in an angry mood. I know what you said very well. You say that ever that I behave like this, you treat me a dinner. So you treat me a dinner today. Don't you forget that. And from that conversation, it opened up a different kind of conversation altogether in terms of recipes, and which I said, oh, in Corona, sorry, we can't go have a dinner. I'm not going to hotel. I'm asking you to cook a dinner. Okay, I'll cook a very half-cooked meal fair for you. It's okay for me. I'll have it. Come on, let's do it. Conversation completely dissolves the situation. It diffuses the stress, guys. Understand? Enhance the problem-solving skills. It creates a fresh perspective in your mind. Okay? It fosters the better communication. Think about this situation. What do you see in a project? When you get a new project, you're so enthusiastic. After a few moments, a few days rather, you get disillusionment. Right? You get panic because the things start going beyond your control, because your stakeholders come with the new requirements, and your project goes for behind schedule, and you search for your goals. So what do? You get either self-punished or you punish somebody else. Your blame, you put it on somebody else. And at the end of the day, somebody else, very smart play you take the credits. This happens. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. Think about it. Your acid test. Are you a project manager? Let's say I'm the sponsor as Saurabh. You are the PM in front of me. So project is absolutely crucial, very strategic project. In fact, it's a part of the regulatory changes which have just been announced by the government of the country. Doesn't have any budget because it's a regulatory. We have to do. It's a mandatory project. No guidelines, nothing. We have to just kick off immediately as if it was already been kicked off some time back. Right? What do? In this situation, how would you react? Two ways to react. One, wow. Is it a funny situation you are trying? Are you serious? Look at the face. You can react both the ways. Your acid test is how do you respond in a nice manner? A humor can bring that situation always. You can say, oh, absolutely. You in 15 minutes, done. It's done. Right? Think about this situation. Don't you think so? Our brains, in fact, it's so well versed into your subconscious mind now that you deliver only this and you pay me this much. I'll do only this much because I have this much budget. There is a scope creep. Yes, absolutely there. No choice. Right? But then, do I plan for everything? Classic example here. Why do you have only 40% of umbrella? Because my probability of occurrence in the risk management is only 0.4. Think about this situation, guys. As I said, today I'll come back only with the funny situations and humorous situations, guys. That's it. I don't have any other things on my plate today. Just make you a smile a bit or a laugh a bit. That's it. You see the slide, right? Such a beautiful structure. Can you make a head or tail out of this structure? Such a nice 3D structure, which I found. Initially, when I looked at it, when I was trying to analyze the situation, I got a full laugh. Wow, I said, look at this. Hats off to the person who created it. Look at it carefully. Look at it carefully. You will probably get lost in the maze. This is our life, friends. This is our life. If you're going to be so serious, so be it. Your choice. Okay? Your choice. Don't panic. Organize yourself. Time is not to panic in the panicky situation. Okay? time is to organize. The time is to respond. We would have heard in number of times in the communication, don't react, respond, don't react, respond, don't react, respond. But we forget, you and I also forget. I'll be honest, I also forget in situation and I react. But I learn immediately then. Try to cool myself down. Think about various humorous situations that I would have gone through with my colleagues. Try to crack it. Crack it out. Okay? First, how do you think about yourself? Okay? Point number one, see the funny situations now. Any task, no matter how complex, can be estimated accurately. Yes, my tsunami can be estimated accurately in terms of losses only once it's completed, once it's over. Is there anything wrong in saying that? Did I say anything wrong? Is there a risk management here? I never say no. Second one, what's a favorite line that a project manager likes saying to the sponsor? Show then they tell. How your team expects in the world of Agile, for example, show rather tell. Correct? Don't tell me, show me. Right? First you jump, I jump. You can bully any project manager in committing any impossible project completion date. You can't bully into meeting it. That's a nice, funny one. And this becomes a reality a lot of times. The crux of the matter, friends, here is try to unlearn few things. Try to get your acts together and work as a team as a whole. That's about it. Why do you project manager wear Nike? Because sponsor prefer Adidas. Very simple. You know what Nike is? Just do it. Adidas say impossible is nothing. Nothing is impossible. Imagine just reverse Adidas. Right? I hope you understand that. Too few people on the project can't solve the problem. Too many create the problem then it's absolutely. Too many crooks in the spoil the show. I've got so many things like this, right? But I don't want to go through all of them. Very interestingly, these things happen. Everybody asked for a strong PM. When they get them, now I don't want them because I had a taste of that PM. Unless the PM really makes a worth of it, right? When everybody, everything runs well, you call it agile. But when agile thinks there's a small crack, you call it as fragile. The biggest risk in the project is ironically the project manager paying no attention. And I think this happens unknowingly, knowingly. We don't have too much of a time to worry about all the risk management situations, all the strategies that you could think through on the negative risk side, positive risk side, threat side, opportunity side. We don't have a time to do the risk management in the world. These things, obviously in your subconscious mind, whenever you do the projects, a good project manager would always have a nice, funny situations in their heads. So let me just go quickly. Remember the lesson from Three Little Pigs? I'm sure everybody in their childhood would have heard about the story about the Three Little Pigs. I wish I had more time today to talk to, probably next time, in case you have not heard. Cheap and fast never last. Right? Okay, so let me skip this few of the things because I wanted to, show you a quick, nice slide, nice video here. So let me see if I can play the video. Before that, I actually wanted to show you a nice video. Yeah, where you don't have to check, you don't have a choice but you just observe. You don't want to, even if you don't get, even if you can't listen, it's completely okay. Even if you don't get a voice. Let me make it a little bigger. So probably you can observe, see the video. Yeah, there are no words being talked about, okay? Only the situation. Who doesn't know this great gentleman? See the great project manager now. See the great project manager. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Something I meant to questions. Enjoy the fun, guys. Don't worry too much about anything else right now. Sorry, guys. I think there was some problem. Just give me a moment. I think it's got halted. Yeah, sorry. I'm not sure what's happening around. 1 second, guys. All right. So guys, don't you think as a PM, as a real project manager, your day starts like this and you handle at least 4 to 5 things at a time, right? See the fun further. Those who have seen this video, I have seen empty number of times, right? But always, whenever I see, I just release my stress for a while. Stress release is very important because it primarily it generates that specific, particle in your mind, in your brain, which ignites your energy, which keep you little stressed. See this project manager. Is delayed behind schedule. Look at that. Honestly, think about yourselves. Exactly not the same situation, but think how does your project happens. Correlate the situation like this in the day-to-day situation of yours. Was it intentional? Of course, yes. I don't know, pay a fine, but still, somebody watched. All right, guys. So I thought I'll probably bring this situation in front of you today. Nice situation to think through it. Okay. So guys, I have a couple of more videos, but I'm not going to bore you on those things right now. Probably one slide I would just end up with is this slide. Top 10 things you will not hear from a PM is, I didn't see that is coming. Okay. Wow. This whole project is based on the case study I read in the paper last week. I'm not sure if this project is going to deliver any benefits. The project is running well ahead of schedule. I think we'll miss the milestone by quite a long way. We're charging you far too much to run this project. It's far more budget and time that's needed. I didn't have a plan. I was planning it by ear, playing it by ear, both. I was planning by ear, playing by ear. I can't take credit. How about paying us based on success? What does that tell you? Though a little more humorous thing, but get serious about this and think about your impression, your expression, which determines somebody else's impression, and your attitude, which of course determines your attitude in the life. Too much of being a stressful in the situations can kill yourselves. The life is not so serious. My whole session, I just wanted to keep it. I don't know how did you find the session, but just give me a. I do have some more slides, but I don't want to take this anymore. I would love to hear from you. If you have a questions, feel free and put on the question panels. If you have some humorous situations, please feel free and put down those situation in the question panel, right? While I display you a quick polls, which I really request you to take this through. But before that, let me just give you a quick introduction. That was a summary by all means. And all right, let's see this video. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's spend 3 more minutes on this. Managing a stakeholder. Okay. Let me. Even if you're able to hear, that's okay. Taking the responsibility and ownership of the situation. Don't react. Observe. Now create a conversation. Say this now. What do you think your angry stakeholder would do on this when you offer a tea or a coffee? Of course, I'm not asking you to go to this kind of an extent. show what's in it for others. If you have any more questions, feel free to type in this, type your queries on this email or call us on these numbers. We'll be most happy to answer your question, friends. What ProThoughts does? ProThoughts is a consulting and training giant, presence in 4 countries today, a 6 years old organization hailed from India. So far we used to do last 5.5 years almost classroom trainings, got of online training as well. We have our own e-learning modules and e-learning platform. We have a corporate trainings whereby actually we get a lot of queries from a corporate and we go to the corporate. Nowadays it's all online, so we do a corporate consulting as well and corporate training both. We do a consulting services, as I just mentioned. We have a content website where you have a huge amount of content in terms of all this. So you got a bookstore. A bookstore is not, it's kind of an Amazon bookstore only for project management. I'll repeat, only for project management books at a discounted rates. So go to talkprojectmanagement.com website, not only the bookstore, but you will also get the webinars, next webinars where they are been scheduled or when they have been scheduled, right? Online, of course, nowadays. You get a project management news, you'll get a web, facts and service. You'll probably see some FAQs as well and certain more information related to something new which is coming up. For example, Discipline Agile. Now, ProThoughts has gone very heavily into a Discipline Agile certification today, and we are launching our 5th batch. We've already completed 4 batches successfully, and Discipline Agile certification for those who are just novice Agile users. They can just start the ladder of Discipline Agile. The next program on Discipline Agile happening this weekend. In case you have any urge to get yourself certified, there are no prerequisite required by PMI on a Discipline Agile first level certification called DSM. Absolutely no. Discipline Agile certified professional, no requirement for the first one. Discipline Agile Scrum Master DSM at the first level, right? Anybody can attend for it. So in case you want to participate in case you want to enroll in, feel free and write back or call back on these numbers. Okay? Appreciate your presence, guys. Have fun in life. Keep it simple. Don't take it too seriously. Of course, there is a lot of things to be kept serious, no doubt about it, related to work. But try to crack at times, right? Otherwise, you'll get cracked. With that, thanks so much and bye. Thank you very much. I'll see you once again sometime.